I thought I'd start with a smolder. It's come to my attention, a lot of you people think all I do is stand around in this crazy kitchen and talk. No, I do other stuff. The LoftusParty.com and the Loftus Party on YouTube, all of that. You gotta subscribe. We got big time guests. This is my weekly thing. There's big interview packages and stuff. We got Michael Steele, we got Ann Coulter, we got Congressman, we got Cheryl Atkinson. Leah Remini was just on the podcast. Come on. It's not just me standing in my kitchen. You don't believe me, so here's proof. I like that you didn't believe me. I like that you questioned me a little bit. Okay, here we go. Here's my interview with a cat. Good dude. We talked about freedom of speech. We talked about hate speech. And we talked out of doors where there's not paper towel holders. That's right. Guy's got a new book. You see him all the time on Fox News. It's called End of Discussion. That's the book. His name is Guy Benson. Don't believe me? Watch.
Now, when last we checked, you had the hardcover book coming out, End of Discussion.
Yes.
Now we got the paperback. It's a year later.
That's right, August 1st. It's actually 2 years later because the book initially came out June of 2015.
Wow.
1 week before Donald Trump announced he was running for president. So his name did not appear anywhere in the original edition of End of Discussion. We've changed that for the new edition. We've added a chapter post-Trump. And I think sort of some of those conversations that we had about the left stifling debate, shutting down debate, it was ahead of its time. It's more relevant, unfortunately for the country, more relevant than ever today.
It's one of those books, I call it like a crystal ball book, where it's like glimpses into the future, which is just amazing because everybody, like every time you turn around, this person's not allowed to speak, Ben Shapiro's not allowed to speak, blah, blah, blah. Have you been the victim of any of this stuff?
You know, we have not yet, although there were some schools who invited us where they had to fight for extra funding, for extra security. Wow. Because we were like, I'm a controversial speaker, seriously?
I feel a little threatened right now.
Yeah, I mean, I do threaten many people. I'm a very imposing physical presence.
And then when you add in the hate speech.
Right, and that's the thing, just the defining down of hate.
Yeah.
To conflate that with anything that you don't like or that you disagree with. Oh, if this person believes something different than I do, it must be because they're a hateful bigot.
Yes.
That's not to say that hateful bigotry doesn't exist, and we should call it out where it's authentic. But when you take those terms and apply it, over apply it,
yes.
I think you really water it down, and there's like a boy who cried wolf syndrome, which does no one any favors.
And then I'm completely terrified of who gets to decide what is hate speech.
I try to argue with the left and say like, hey guys, I understand that you seem to have a bit of a dominant presence in terms of deciding what is hate speech, at least in your own minds. Like you've got a monopoly on determining what is hate. But if we're going to start chipping away at free speech under the guise of hate speech, which by the way is still protected by the Constitution, how would you feel if it's not lefty cultural figures, but Jeff Sessions and Donald Trump deciding what is hate speech? You might not be very pleased with their judgments on that front.
Yeah, it's always going to flip back and forth. Like when you have like one party's in power and everything's that, then they're going to have the balance. So you always have to think, ladies and gentlemen, whatever little thing you do now, whatever little legislation you pass now, somebody's going to flip it. There's always the other side of the coin.
Yes. And so that's like, if you can imagine people that you don't trust abusing something, you should think very hard before adopting it to sort of do things on behalf of people that you do trust, because it's going to be taken and abused, or it could be. And in this case, it's a fundamental American principle. Free speech, the robust exchange of ideas, where we let people speak and let people be heard instead of shouting them down or shutting them down.
Yeah. Like who doesn't want freedom? Like who doesn't want, that's what I...
Too many people. Too many people. So. Like there is a fetish for the state and sort of like to be taken care of that is boggling the mind to me.
That's your next book, Guy.
But
I'm not kidding. A fetish for the state.
A fetish for the state. Yeah, it's family friendly though. A weird family fetish. Fetish. Oh my gosh.
It's a fretish.
It's a fretish.
A family I can't even say it.
It's tough.
How about those apples? Now you're like, Mike, I want to see all these other interviews. You really get a lot of cool stuff. Well, you know what? I'm providing the content for free, but now you got to do something for me. I mean, it's free, but it's not free. It's the internet. It's pretty much free. You can go to the LoftusParty.com, All the videos are there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this page, tell your friends. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And it's not like I'm ever going to shamelessly plug a product. That'd be a great stocking stuffer this Christmas, right? It's not like I'd say, go to the loftusparty.com and just click on party gear and get a coffee mug or a t-shirt or a hoodie. Yeah, we're more than just coffee mugs and t-shirts and hoodies. There's all kinds of crap there. I give too much. I give too much. I love you. Have a great day. I could eat you up. Look at you sitting there all smiley and your cheeks are all like sugar. Just I love you. Bye-bye.